cutest thing ever. It's so cute. I love these.
Hey everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie, and today's video is all about Dollar Tree solar lights. And I had to show you the mushrooms. Look at the new mushrooms. They are adorable, but we're going to be showing you all the new things you can make with Dollar Tree solar lights. Stay tuned. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you click that button. So head to the Dollar Tree because we're going to be making something really cute with this scalloped container that you can get for $1.25 and a Dollar Tree sign. So the first thing you do is you have to remove that sticker, and you don't want to warp the plastic. So I did use a heat gun, but it's on low, so I removed the sticker, and then just grab something that is approximately the size of the solar light that you want to use and use it as a template. Trace a circle on top. Next, I used my glue gun just to poke holes in, and this did clog my glue gun, but I was going to get rid of this glue gun anyway. It's on its last leg. See, but I'm just melting hole after hole after hole, and then you could just punch it out. If you have a hot knife, even better, or any way that you want to cut a hole in the plastic, but you just need to get a hole up there in the top of the plastic. And this was super easy to do, by the way. And I'm showing you here how cute it is when it's see-through like this, because you can actually use a Dollar Tree sign for different seasons. I mean, they have so many different signs with pretty stuff on the front, but I wanted to use a plain sign, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to mark where I want to make my holes. So first I use those lines as like my template or my guide, and I marked holes there, and then I went and marked it on the board as well. And I'm just using a screwdriver. This is literally a pointy screwdriver, nothing fancy, and I just twist back and forth, and you can puncture holes into these boards super easy. So remember, if you do use a glue gun like me, use an old one that you don't care about because the plastic does get crammed up into the center, but I'm just melting holes in there. I'm taking Dollar Tree wire and I'm just going to thread it through. You're guessing it here. We're going to hang it this way because this is going to be outside. I do live where there's 4 seasons. I don't trust glue. To do this, you could use some E6000 if you don't have extreme weather and temperature changes. I just do. So everything is going to be tied on with a wire for this one, you guys. But I'm using some duct tape to hold that down, and then I wanted to add some florals to this, so I just grabbed some colors I thought was pretty, and I'm wrapping it up with some masking tape. Next, I'm going to cut the wires off at the bottom with wire cutters. We're going to grab some nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cover that masking tape with the nautical rope and glue it into place. So again, we have to make this for my weather where I live, so poking holes again, and this time we're using 16 gauge copper wire. This one comes from Walmart, and we're going to make like a permanent little like cup there, I guess, so that I can change out my florals for the seasons, right? I can put pine in there and berries for Christmas, fall leaves. This is totally changeable for every season. It is so cool. Then take that solar light and pop that baby in, and you are good to go. Look at this. This is literally a 4-season solar light hack. If you have a place that gets sun all year round, again, change out your florals. Make it Christmas, make it fall, make it spring, whatever you want. And look, it even goes on the front door beautifully. You don't need to rely on a porch light. You got light all the time. I love this one. Let me know what you think. Not into the florals and the whole cottage kind of look? No problem. I've got one for you right here. Look how lucky I got too. The paper just tore off, but just grab a Dollar Tree sign and paint it black. That's all we're going to do here. And then we're going to grab one of those Dollar Tree napkin holders. You got it right here. And we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. We're just going to take that screwdriver, puncture 2 holes through, and then use some Dollar Tree wire to tie this on. And boom, you are going to have an awesome minimalist type solar light holder here. Look at that. You just pop it in. And it is so clean. I actually like this look too. So if you like Magnolia, Crate and Barrel, Anthropology, or even when Target kind of pushes, you know, you'll buy like a lamp at Target and it will show like decor on the front. You can see it's like a minimalist look. This is perfect for that kind of style. It is totally styling it. So for this one, you're just going to grab these Dollar Tree jars. They come in different sizes. I chose the smaller one, and you will see at the end why I did that, but you can make a decision about which size you want. And you're going to remove the sticker. Again, I'm just using my heat gun. This one is definitely on a little tougher, so I did have to get some acetone, and I used some rubbing alcohol, and I just took the rest of the goo off. And then we're going to grab those simple planter, well, these are like planter pots when you're starting to grow a new plant. I'm using them as a base. You can make up anything you want here and be creative. This just worked for me and I had it on hand. So I just cut it down like this about an inch because I'm after that hole, because as you can see visually, that's about the right size of the bottom of the solar light. So it's going to be like a perfect little stand. Then I just took some really good quality hot glue and glued it down. Now I'm going to put the solar lights in the center, and all you do now is take some of the Dollar Tree rocks, pour them around the edge, and boom, it covers up. You don't even really see the brown pot anyway, because it blends in with the earth tone little rocks that I got. And I screw these back on. Now they are weatherproof, they sparkle. You can put these on the center of a table. I think the tall ones would look really awesome for that. I chose little butterfly solar lights because they're new to me and I thought they're fun. But the reason I wanted these small like this is because I actually end up putting them down on my step. I have a step on my front porch that I am always tripping over, and it's super dangerous. And I thought, you know what, we don't have any street lights on my street because I live out in the country, and this is going to solve the problem. Look how beautiful that is. And you know what, you can rain on it all day long, no problem. These are totally safe and secure. This is actually a vitamin C bottle that I just bought, like an extra large one. I think I got it at Aldi's, and I saved it because I knew it would come in handy. And for outdoor DIYs, plastic bottles are great, especially if they're hanging, because I do have strong winds here because, again, I'm out in the country. So I'm always worried these are going to go flying down my street. So I always end up securing things or weighing them down with rocks or doing something. So this time I chose to use a plastic one, and I'm doing the same hot glue gun trick. I'm just poking some holes on the side and then further up where like the grooves are, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and thread through my wire. And I am using the 16 gauge wire from Walmart for this, and we're going to go ahead and make a little handle. Next, grab one of these plant hangers from Dollar Tree. They're super thick, actually for the price of $1.25. They're pretty thick and sturdy. I really like them. And then I grabbed one of these because not only do I live where there's 4 seasons, I also have some risk of tornado. So we get strong winds here. So I like to keep track of the wind, and when it's dark with no street lights, you can't see outside. So no problem. We're going to take this off and pop it on the end. It fits perfect there. I did use a little hot glue to secure it later. And then I just hung my jar right there, popped the solar light in it, and it works perfect, you guys. So when I went out there, it wasn't windy at first, but the wind kind of started to kick up. You'll see in a minute it starts to spin, and I can see it because it's lit up. So now when it's dark, I will be able to tell there we go. There she blows. I will be able to tell what's going on with the wind, whether I need to bring some things indoors or not. But I love this one. Super cute. Some of you might remember from my shopping video, I grabbed a bunch of these, not last summer, the summer before. I still have so many good ideas. I just never had time to get around to making some DIYs with these. But I went ahead and I cut these up like this. Now, one of the biggest complaints I hear about this is that the sides don't match. One side will be thin, one side will be thicker. And how I handle that is I just cut them down to be both thin. Problem solved. So these already have a natural little hole at the bottom, which makes it really convenient. And I'm just taking more of the Dollar Tree black wire. Again, this is going outside, so everything is reinforced with wire. And I did reinforce the back with glue. I'm not sure that was totally necessary, but I thought it can't hurt. So I went ahead and put some glue, the hot glue, right along the edge there. And then I also painted that blue just to make it a little bit more inconspicuous, but you can skip that part if you want. And there I'm painting the sides. Next, you're going to want to grab those extra large zip ties from Dollar Tree because they look kind of like a little ring, or they just look nicer. They look almost like metal, I guess. Remember, this is going to be in the dark. People aren't going to see these details anyway, so you totally don't have to freak out about it. But you just tie those on, you stick your solar lights in, and this is indoors because it's really dark. This is going in my backyard. So it's really dark as I'm backing up on the forest, and I wasn't sure how much you would be able to see it on the wall. But here it is. It's going to help so much. Last year I walked into a spider web. I opened my sliding glass door because I forgot to turn my light on, and this hopefully will prevent that, but it's absolutely beautiful on my wall. I am so happy with how these turned out. For this one, you're going to grab a Dollar Tree wire basket. Now, I thought I was such a genius thinking of this, but when I looked up this basket online to see if I could order another one, I actually found that there were some people who had done this. So just recently discovered that, but hey, I didn't see anyone do it the way I'm going to do it. But I did notice when I was at the Dollar Tree, that little hole at the bottom is perfect for the solar light. Now what I did is I ordered these vines from Amazon right here. And as you can see, they are very thin, and I'm just going to weave this garland through like a basket and make it kind of green like that and hang it in my tree. That's what I'm going to do. You do have to leave the top open, obviously, because the battery needs to charge. Another idea I had was turning it upside down, because these are hooks on here and you can unhook them, and you can turn this upside down and then weave through nautical rope and actually have like a little basket looking chandelier hanging, and that would look really pretty on a patio. So now here's the one I came across online. That's when I realized other people were working with this basket. This is from My Repurposed Life. She got some jewels and hung it and put the light like this. Again, you could use it just upside down like that and make a hanging basket chandelier that would look really pretty. And this is just an online store that I found, and I thought you absolutely could do this with Dollar Tree. You just get your mason jar with its little handle and S hook, loop it through the chains at the top, and whatever you decide to put in that Dollar Tree basket, you can light it up. You know, I am really starting to love these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. They are so versatile. They were originally a Halloween candlestick, but you can find them all year round now. And you know what? I took the little butterfly one and just laid it on top. You could glue it there, another option. And if you want to finish it off a little bit and polish it, just add one of those basket wires, and that way it won't block the butterfly. But there are so many things you can do with those. And last but not least are these mirrors from Dollar Tree. They come in all different shapes and sizes. But again, if you love clean, minimalist looks or modern decor, they are perfect for little mini centerpieces on a patio table. If you were having some kind of event at your house and you needed to set up multiple tables, this is a great way to put light down the table. You just glue your solar light on there with a little bit of glue, add some stones, and boom. You don't even have to add the stones because the mirror actually reflects the light and looks pretty too, but it is such an easy thing to do and such a high-end look. I always have so much fun working with Dollar Tree solar lights. The possibilities are literally endless on how you can modify them to make it fit your personal home decor. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more solar light hacks, here's another video I think you'll enjoy watching next.